Good morning, students. Today we will do the chapter The Address. It is from Snapshots book. After reading the chapter, I will explain about the summary of the chapter. So let's start the chapter. Do you still know me? I asked. The woman looked at me searchingly. She had opened the door a chink. I came closer and stood on the step. No, I don't know you. I am Mrs. S. daughter. Who is I? I is the daughter of Mrs. S. Mrs. S.'s daughter came to the Mrs. Darling house, who lived at number 46 Marconi Street. Now Mrs. S. daughter came to the Mrs. Darling to collect the things from Mrs. Darling. The girl, mean Mrs. S. daughter, asked the woman, Mrs. Darling, standing at the door if she still knew her. She was asking the woman or Mrs. Darling if she still knew her. The lady had opened the door a little. The girl came closer to the door and stood there. The woman responded negatively. At the beginning, Mrs. S. daughter gave introduction to Mrs. Darling. But at the beginning, Mrs. Darling responded negatively. Now move further. She held her hand on the door as though she wanted to prevent it opening any further. Her face gave absolutely no sign of recognition. She kept staring at me in silence. It means the woman had held the door tightly as she did not want her to enter the house. She kept staring at the girl, though she could not recognize her. Now move on the next paragraph. Perhaps I was mistaken, I thought. Perhaps it is not her. I had seen her only once, fleetingly, and that was years ago. It was most probable that I had rung the wrong bell. The woman let go of the door and stepped to the side. She was wearing my mother's green knitted cardigan. The wooden buttons were rather pale from washing. She saw that I was looking at the cardigan and half hid herself again behind the door, but I knew now that I was right. Now the girl thought maybe she had come to the wrong house. She had seen the woman only for a short time years ago. Now she recognized her green knitted cardigan of her mother. Its buttons were become pale. The woman or Mrs. Darling was hiding herself behind the door. Now the girl knew her that she had come to the right house. Move to the next paragraph. Well, you knew my mother, I asked. Have you come back? Said the woman. I thought that no one had come back, only me. A door opened and closed in the passage behind her. A musty smell emerged. I regret I cannot do anything for you. Now in these lines, the girl asked the woman that if she knew her mother or not. Now the woman opened the door and a passage was behind her, but there was a bad smell coming from the house. At the end, the woman told her that she could not do anything for her. Now move on the next paragraph. I have come here specially on the train. I wanted to talk to you for a moment. It is not convenient for me now, said the woman. I can't see you another time. She nodded and cautiously closed the door as though no one inside the house should be disturbed. So when Mrs. Darling told her that she could not do anything for Mrs. S daughter or for her. Now the girl told her that she had come from far place on the train to talk to her. The woman told her it is not convenient to talk right now. Now the woman closed the door. Mrs. Darling closed the door as she did not want anything or anyone to get disturbed in the house. I stood where I was on the step. The curtain in front of the bay window moved. Someone stared at me and would then have asked what I wanted. Oh, nothing. The woman would have said it was nothing. Now see what happens. The girl was still standing on the step. She saw a curtain moving on the window bay. Someone staring at her from inside the house. She thought it was nothing, as the woman would have told her. I looked at the nameplate again. Darling, it said, in black letters on white enamel, and on the jamb, a bit higher, the number 46. It means the girl looked at the number plate again. It said number 46. Darling was written on the nameplate. Now move on the next line. As I walked slowly back to the station, I thought about my mother who had given me the address years ago. It had been in the first half of the war. I was home for a few days and it struck me immediately that something or other about the rooms had changed. Now she was going back to the station. She was thinking about her mother who gave her the address. It was the first half of the war. She was home for a few days and suddenly it struck her that the room was different now. It means Mrs. S daughter was thinking that the room condition was different from the earlier time. Now move to the next paragraph. I missed various things. My mother was surprised. I should have noticed so quickly. Then she told me about Mrs. Darling. I had never heard of her, but apparently she was an old acquaintance of my mother whom she had not seen for years. She had suddenly turned up and renewed their contact. Since then, she had come regularly. Now, Mrs. S daughter noticed that various things were missing. Her mother was surprised that she noticed the things a little later. It was that time when she told her about this woman, Mrs. Darling. She was an old contact of hers whom she had not seen for years. Suddenly, she came to visit her, and since then, they had been in regular contact. Now move to the next line. Every time she leaves here, she takes something home with her, said my mother. She took all the table silver in one go and then the antique plates that hung there. She had trouble lugging those large vases and I am worried she got a crink in her back from the crockery. Now, Mrs. S daughter remembered that her mother told her that whenever that woman came to visit her, she took something from the house with her, table silvers, antique plates and large vase with her. She told her that the cramp in her back came from the crockery. To the next line, my mother shook her head pityingly. I would never have dared ask her. She suggested it to me herself. She even insisted she wanted to save all my nice things. If we have to leave here, we shall lose everything, she says. In these lines, Mrs. S daughter told us that her mother shook her head in sorrow. The woman kept telling the girl's mother that she wanted to save her precious things. It means the woman or Mrs. Darling kept away the things of her mother or Mrs. S with her. The woman told them that if they had to leave to the another place, they would lose everything. Move to the next line. Have you agreed with her that she should keep everything? I asked. As if that's necessary, my mother cried. It would simply be an insult to talk like that and think about the risk she is running each time she goes out of our door with a full suitcase or bag. Now Mrs. S. daughter asked from her mother if she really wanted her to take all the things with her. Her mother replied that even if she did not, it would be an insult to ask her not to. She was going to or going out with a risk itself. A suitcase full of items mean Mrs. S don't want to ask about anything from that woman or from Mrs. Darling. Move to the next line. My mother seemed to notice that I was not entirely convinced. She looked at me reprovingly, and after that we spoke no more about it. Now Mrs. S daughter tell us that her mother noticed that she was not convinced and looked at her critically. After that, all the day, they never talked about that incident again. Now move to the next line. Meanwhile, I had arrived at the station without having paid much attention to the things on the way. I was walking in familiar places again for the first time since the war, but I did not want to go further than was necessary. I did not want to upset myself with the sight of streets and houses full of memories from my precious time. Now Mrs. S daughter reached at the station without noticing any details on the way. She paused the familiar things after the war for the first time. She did not want to upset herself with the familiar sights of houses and streets. Move to the next line. In the train back, I saw Mrs. Darling in front of me again, as I had the first time I met her. It was the morning after the day my mother had told me about her. I had got up late and coming downstairs, I saw my mother about to see someone out, a woman with a broad back. Now, she saw Mrs. Darling in person a day after her mother told her daughter about her. She woke up late that morning, and as she was going downstairs, she saw her, the lady with broad back. To the next line. There is my daughter, said my mother. She beckoned to me. The woman nodded and picked up the suitcase under the coat rack. She wore a brown coat and a shapeless hat. Does she live far away? I asked, seeing the difficulty she had going out of the house with the heavy case. In Marconi Street, said my mother, number 46, remember that. Now, her mother introduced the girl to the lady. She signaled to her and the woman responded with a nod. She picked the suitcase under the coat rack. She was wearing a brown coat and a shapeless hat. The girl asked her mother if she lived far away. The mother told her address, Marconi Street, number 46. She remembered it. It means when the lady or Mrs. Darling kept away the things from her mother, then her mother told her that about the address of Mrs. Darling in detail, and then Mrs. S. daughter remembered the address.